Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Robots in Disguise 2000 Universe Tow-Line. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. And here on the top we have Generations Takara Tomy, a hook. Transformers Legacy Evolution, and then a partial Autobot symbol there. On the front, 8 and up, and the Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee packaging that we have become accustomed to. It says Transformers on this side, and then, you know, the top comes down this way a little bit. Nice artwork of Tow-Line. Buzzworthy Bumblebee. Hasbro. Plastic-free packaging. Except tape and glue. And then here we have Optimus and Bumblebee. And then around to the side you can see Megatron here, and it blends around to the side. Tape's messed up a little bit. Then that. Another partial Autobot symbol. Some more of Optimus Prime here, and then RC at the bottom. On the other side, some more nice artwork of Tow-Line, but in his robot mode this time. And again, in case you missed it the first time, plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print, symbols I'm not going to learn, a barcode, and recycled stuff. On the back, here we have what appears to be nice digital render of the figure, and then how you can use him in his Evo Fusion mode with Armada Universe Hotshot, and he's not included. Robots in Disguise 2000 Universe Tow-Line transforms in 17 steps. And then here was sold separately, subject to availability, talking about Hotshot. Then Hasbro print, authentic. Then we have includes figure and 7 accessories. Warning! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Another symbol I'm not going to learn, and small fine legalese print some more. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure in its vehicle mode and the accessories. And first up we have the handy dandy instruction manual, and you can see Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Legacy Evolution, Robots in Disguise 2000 Universe Tow-Line, Transformers, and the Autobot symbol. And then on the inside we have those lovely Buzzworthy Bumblebee colors on the instructions, which I really like. The only ones I like better than this are Kingdom. And they are printed nice and clearly, easy to follow. No blurring like we used to get back in the day. And I don't mean G1 back in the day, I just mean pre-siege instructions. Sometimes tended to be a little blurry. And let's take a look at the accessories first, because then we'll put them on the vehicle. And first we'll have this spare tire with a couple of broke spikes on it. And then we have 2 of these exhaust pipes. Nice silver paint app covering the majority of it, everything but the peg really, and the hole there. port, I guess I should say, and that port. And of course we have the hook, because it's a tow truck, and the bar that the hook goes onto. And then the two pistols or engine blowers, I guess. And two of those. Again, nice silver paint apps on that. This one has a nice paint app over it as well. As you can see, it's molded in this plastic. And then quickly we'll just, you know, take a look at that. And that's how that goes. And the way I like to put these together is I like to put the spare tire in the back, but of course if you wanted to, you know, you could put it in this port or the one on the opposite side as well, but I'm just going to put it here in the back because I kind of like things to be a little symmetrical. And then as far as the hook goes, there's a port here in the bar, and just post that in that port, and then here's the post, and you want to put it in this port because it's offset, as you see. And there we go. And as far as the exhaust pipes, they just kind of port in here. And you just kind of adjust them how you want them to look. And again, same thing on the other side. And then as far as these two pieces go, you can see there's big indent in the hood here, and ports here, and then posts on the back of them, so you want to put them in this way. And there we go, and here it is all put together. And again, it's molded in, well, parts of it are molded in color, and then we got some nice silver paint apps here on the front end. And then I'm not sure exactly what plastic it's molded in. I'm gonna say it's this. And then these parts are probably molded in plastic as well, because it looks like they're glued on or separate pieces, but it's hard to tell. No, I'm seeing in there now. Okay, so it should be molded in this plastic, and this is paint. And then of course we have the silver for the hubcaps or the wheels, whichever you prefer them to be. And again, you know, it has that nice Mad Max look. It's just much brighter than what you would see in a Mad Max movie, but the styling is the same as Scrap Hook. In fact, this is just a repainted Scrap Hook with a new head. Even all the accessories are the same. And it rolls decently. If that's important to you, it may not be, but lots of nice sculpted details in this vehicle. And that, my friends, does it for a look at the figure in vehicle mode and the accessories. It's time for alt mode comparisons, and here we have the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Tow-Line with the Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Scrap Hook, Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Axle Grease, And in the back there, Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Crash Bar. Here's the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Tow-Line with the Amazon exclusive Earthrise Leader Class Alternate Universe Optimus Prime and the Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the comedy portion of our program where I attempt to transform this Transformer. So, first thing you want to do is let's remove all the accessories, and you can leave the hook in the bar here, and that's fine. Not a big issue, because you'll put it back in there later anyway. So, here's the tire, remove that. Go ahead and remove the exhaust pipes. And you don't have to get these out yet. It's easier to get them later on. So, what I like to do, and the instructions may not necessarily show it this way, but I like to separate this part. And then I like to separate this part as well, if I can. Sometimes you have to separate these two pieces before you can remove them from this part. So there's that. And let's start off with the legs. So you take the hood piece and you do separate it. And it doesn't want to do, of course, because I'm filming this. There we go. So you get that separated, and you can see there's some ports over here and there's some tabs over here, tabs and posts, that is. And you just line those up when you're transforming them. And now you just kind of get your fingernail up under these hood scoops or blowers, whatever you want to refer to them as. Exhaust intakes for the engine. So there you go, have those removed, and you just kind of unhinge or move the hinge. A tab's in there somewhere, it feels like, but I can't ever see the tab. And you can move it all the way forward like that if you want. If you want him to have a little more height, you can do it like that, but I do believe that's the way that it's supposed to go. And pretty much just the same on the other side as well. So there we go, we have those. Let's move them out of the way. Let's take a look at least what becomes the torso and the bottom of the legs. So first of all, you want to untab these side panels, and you can see that there is where it tabs in, and there's the tab. And same thing on the other side, just untab it. Then these two flaps here, just put them out to the side, and you can bend that up a little bit if you want to. Then you can move the legs out. Then here's the head. You want to tilt it forward. And then here on either side are tabs, and here are the slots for them. So you move the chest piece up into position, and then you fold these pieces in so that they tab in, and that locks everything into place there. And then these two flaps on the back, of course, you can see tab here, and there's an open slot here, and same at the bottom. And you just line those up and collapse that in a little bit. Then of course you want to spin him around at the waist. And you'll notice there's ports here and posts here. And you just put those into place. I'll set it off to the side there. And here we have one of the arms, and you just unfold the arm at the elbow there, and then twist it till it pops off. This is a thing with this mold, that these elbows like to pop off at this joint, but it's easy to just snap them back into place. So carefully turn that till the elbow's pointing as such. Then the wrist, you want to take and turn it so that it's up this way, and this post turns out that way. And then support right here on this flap that the arm plugs into. And then we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. Unfold, twist, twist, fold out, and plug in. And there's that all transformed. And then as far as the accessories go, this is the way I like to do them. Put the guns in the hands, take the exhaust pipes, and you want to port them in right here. And for this particular figure, I like to point him down just to kind of differentiate him from Scrap Hook and Axle Grease, who I port here and point them up. So there's that. Then you can just plug in the tire on this side, and just like Scrap Hook, you plug in the bar and the hook on this side, and there you go, my friends. Tow-Line all transformed. Let's take a look at the figure in robot mode. And, well, we already kind of looked at the accessories, and you can see how they're on there. But we'll go ahead and pull some of these off, just so we can get a better look at everything. And here you can see the head sculpt is a new head sculpt. It is different than Scrap Hook or Axle Grease. He's a direct repaint of Scrap Hook, and Axle Grease, of course, is a partial retool of Scrap Hook. So I have to say, I like the nice bright colors and the contrast with, you know, the blacks, and I'm assuming it's gray. I'm colorblind, so don't make fun of handicapped people. But I really, really like this head sculpt. It's really cool. And everything about the paint apps is exactly the same as was mentioned in the vehicle mode, except here we have the tampo, and then here we have some nice paint apps on the chest piece, which you could not really see in the vehicle mode. Now let's take a look at the articulation. The head, there's really no up and down, no waggle, no chicken neck. He can do the full Exorcist though. And then at the shoulder, he can raise his arm up that high. 360-degree rotation there at the shoulder as well. And then right here, just above the elbow joint on a mushroom peg, there is rotation. And then there is a double hinge in the elbow, but that's mostly for transformation. But in robot mode, it will give you that much bend. And then the wrist, 360 degrees of rotation there. Another 360 degrees of rotation at the waist. At the hips, he can give you the full splits. He can kick forward that far. He can kick back that far. At the ankles, well, I skipped the knees, didn't I? At the knees, there's also a rotation there because of that peg and port where it joins together for 360-degree rotation. As far as knee bend goes, it's approximately 90 degrees. And now at the ankles, can tilt down pretty much all the way. I mean, if you fiddle with it, you can just get to go back in transformation mode or into truck mode if you wanted to. And then forward that far. And of course, that's due to this double hinge right here. And he gets some tilt in there too. Because right here where it joins, is it right there? No, it's right here. There's a hinge right here as well. A hinge here, and a hinge here. These two, the front and the back hinge the same way, and then the rockers do this mid hinge here. So you can give him to rock his ankle that far in and that far out. So again, I like the colors on this mold, but I like the scrap hook mold anyway. And there we go, my friends. A look at the figure in robot mode. It's time for my favorite part of a Transformers review, robot mode comparisons. And here we have the Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Transformers Legacy Evolution, Deluxe Class, Robots in Disguise 2000 Universe Tow-Line, next to Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Scraphook, who he is a repaint of, Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Axle Grease, who is a partial retool of Scraphook, and in the back, no relation at all, Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Crash Bar. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Robots in Disguise 2000 Universe Tow-Line, next to the Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee, and the War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Netflix Leader Class Optimus Prime. For final thoughts on the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Transformers Legacy Evolution Robots in Disguise 2000 Universe Deluxe Class Tow-Line, I have to say, first of all, that name, title, and all of that is a mouthful. That's a lot. Almost like the Velocitron Speedia 500 Victory Universe Galaxy Shuttle was also a lot to say in one time without anything in front of you to say it. I do all my stuff unscripted. I'm sure a lot of you can tell that, but that's just a lot to remember at one time. And so the name is really long. As far as the figure itself goes, it's almost a straight up just repaint of Scraphook, and which I'm fine with because I really, really like that Scraphook mold. Just a new colors. Of course, this one does have a new head, which looks really cool, by the way. The character itself, I have not seen the 2000 Robots in Disguise except when it aired on, I want to say it aired on Fox Kids, and I may have caught a few episodes of it at that time, and they were just here and there. It wasn't, I couldn't consistently watch it because of work or some reason or another. I wasn't able to consistently watch it. And whether this guy appeared in the animation or not, I'm not even sure. And honestly, I haven't even seen pics of the original toy. If there was an original, I don't even know if there was an original toy. I'm assuming he was a toy, might not have appeared in the animation, or maybe it's something that came along later, Collector Club or BotCon, or I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't know the history of this character. I just know that I like the way it looks. It's a cool looking character on a mold I really, really like. And plus, these, you know, pull apart and put them back together in different ways Transformers. I've liked that gimmick ever since Siege with the weaponizers, and then Earthrise you had the modulators, and then the fossilizers in Kingdom, and now the Evo Fusion in Legacy Evolution. I really like that. And I know a lot of people don't like the having to disassemble things to transform. You don't necessarily have to disassemble this figure in order to transform it. I just find that it's easier. And, you know, this guy would actually fit in with his colorations. He could really fit in with the G2 stuff, which a lot of that Toxitron or the Toxic Colors, whatever that line is, I passed on that subline. I really am not enamored with that. And I thought about picking up the Toxitron itself, but I'm not super enamored of that Laser Optimus Prime mold, and I already have Laser Prime, and I have Scourge, Robots in Disguise 2000 Universe Scourge, and I really didn't want another one off that mold. The Laser Cycle, Laser Bike one, it looks kind of neat in those colors, but that mold also isn't the greatest to me. It's a pain, in my opinion. Your mileage, of course, may vary. It's a pain to transform it. I passed on the RC on that mold, and I got Burnout. Not Burnout. Was it Burnout? I don't remember. I got the Velocitron motorcycle off of that mold, and I think there was one other one. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. But anyway, if you like the colors on this guy, try to pick it up if you can. I mean, he's really cool, and of course that scrap hook mold is a really, really good mold in my opinion. And I know this guy might not necessarily be a Junkion, but in my display he is going in with the Junkions, just because that's what I want to do, and I think he fits in there nicely. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.